Hi, beautiful people. Hope you guys are doing well. Gypsy Rose made this post a few days ago. In my unbothered mom era, I don't care for anyone's drama. I don't care about having a lot of friends. I also really don't care whether you like me or not either. This chapter is personal. It's about my kids, my family, and my happiness. Anything outside of my little family is just noise to me. It's irrelevant. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, what is she talking about, kids? Well, she just hijacked this post from someone else and tried to make it her own. Let's see how Gypsy herself puts on a facade and how bothered she truly is. And at the end of this video, I will explain why I think she is truly bothered. All credit goes to Nina, the beauty influencer on YouTube. Her link will be down in the description box for this live that she recorded of Gypsy Rose.
So I want to address a little comment that I made yesterday on a video.
Now this is the comment Gypsy Rose is referring to. He is only also broken-hearted when he is on live, receiving gifts, using my name for sympathy and clout. This is so double standard. And this is the video that she left that comment on. Then you guys will hear an explanation for actually leaving that comment.
I want to explain why I put the comment that I put on a video that I seen of Ryan dancing with a woman. I want Ryan to move on. And this, I don't talk about Ryan in my lives because I don't want to. I don't have to, I don't want to. I have lots of other things to talk about. So yesterday when I came across this video, for the last, I want to say, couple weeks, Ryan has increasingly kind of gotten on my nerves. I mean, he was my husband. I can say that, okay? And we are still technically married. So I think it's completely normal for people to go back and forth with each other in little tit-for-tat ways. Okay, we are not, I'm not going to say we're on bad terms, but we're not on good terms. We're just on terms. So when I seen the video, I was not jealous. I am happy for him. If he wants to go and dance with a million girls, if he wants to go to a club, cool, I'm happy. I don't care. I want him to find someone and I want him to be happy. But what I am disappointed in is society. So it was not even Ryan's video that kind of made me frustrated. It was society's view of the situation. So, and I understand that sexism and favoritism towards men has been a thing for as long as can be, okay? So I just don't see how when a man does something, then it's praised. But when a woman does something, she gets slandered and slammed for it. So granted, I understand that I broke Ryan's heart. I left the marriage. I was not a good wife. I could totally admit where I'm wrong in that situation. But I did file for divorce. I did go ahead and make that separation legally. And then got with Ken. And I'm happy. I'm happy in my life and I want Ryan to be happy. There are very few times that I'm on live and I go off on about Ryan. Blah, 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 blah. I don't do all that. Now, when I'm asked in interviews about him, I always say the truth. I always say, hey, I hope he's healing. I hope he's doing well. I want good intentions for him. But that's that. That's it. I do feel like all he does is talk about me and his lives, and it is frustrating because it's you do have your own life going on, so why don't you talk about your life? And so it's kind of one of those things that he can talk about me all he wants, and people praise that, and people are okay with that, but I can't even shoot one shot at him at all. And I'm I get it in one sense, and then another sense, y'all don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Y'all don't know what I have dealt with this man over the last, year. That's private, and that remains between us. So whatever little shots that he took that was definitely daggers to the heart go unnoticed and unknown by the public, because I'm not going to put his business out there like that. I haven't so far, and so I have done very minimal shots to him, and he's done small shots to me, but they are irritating. We irritate each other. We're exes. That is completely normal. And so that's why I'm addressing this. Like, I do want his healing. I want that for him more than anything. I feel like a lot of guilt for, you know, for breaking his heart. But at the same time, breakups happen every day. Divorces happen every day. It's not something exclusive to us. That's my take on it. I feel like, for the most part, I've been very classy. I might not have always been classy, but I have been trying to be classy about the situation. And I just want him to give me that same respect too. He doesn't have to, but it would be nice.
Gypsy claims that she doesn't want to talk about Ryan in her lives because she doesn't want to, and she doesn't have to. I call bullshit. Because if you have been following Gypsy, she has always spoken shit about Ryan. Because she knew she fucked up by messing with another man while she was still married. She spoke so much shit about Ryan. Things like she was afraid of him, he was abusive, he was a food hoarder, and he was like a furnace when he slept. Then suddenly she stopped when Ryan's attorney made this statement. And this is when she started to choose her words very carefully. Because I'm sure she didn't want a defamation lawsuit on her hands. So I don't think Gypsy has anything negative to say about Ryan, because she knows there's nothing negative to say about him. So cut the bullshit with how you did everything after you'd left Ryan. And then you got with Ken. No, you didn't. You were still with Ryan. If you go back to your own reality show, you will see how it played out, how you changed your whole appearance just to get Ken back. In regard to her double standard bullshit, Ryan has just been cheered on for getting out and enjoying his life, whereas Gypsy is getting backlash for cheating on her husband Ryan and getting pregnant while she was still married. She filed for separation and divorce after the fact. And Gypsy, I think you forgot about this.
So what's up? How's your day going?
Ryan called me. He's like, guess what I found out today? I said, what? That you've been talking about since late February. I'm like,
Wow.
oh.
Wow.
I'm like, and then I'm like, so are you going to subpoena my text messages? He's like, yep.
You don't seem happy, Gypsy. If you truly were happy, you wouldn't be on social media most of the time, looking to see what people are saying about you or what is being said about you, and doing stuff to please irrelevant people. And again, the reason you are not on live going off on Ryan is because you got nothing to go off on him about. And the reason he does talk about you in his lives is because people want to know what you about. He lived with you. He knows you better than anyone else. And his audience is curious. What have you dealt with, Gypsy, in regard to Ryan? Him being a good man that didn't want to lose someone he thought he loved, or someone who gave up so much for you, someone who put his life on hold waiting for you to get out of prison, to build a life with, have a family, and all that was shut down because Ryan was just a stepping stone for you. You know nothing about being classy, Gypsy. You know what it is, I suppose, and you know how to act it out. But you are so far from being classy. Even when you try to be classy, you fail at it. You want to talk about daggers to the heart? How do you think this made Ryan feel, Gypsy Rose?
I can tell you from personal experience, if it's not there from the start, it's never going to be there. At least that's how it was for me. But to try and make yourself happy with someone that you're not in love with in that way, I did not realize how much attraction matters in a relationship, because I was prioritizing, the heart that I saw and, the love that I felt, but it was a different type of love. And I thought that it'd eventually grow to be this, wonderful, romantic, fiery relationship. And I never got there.
How do you think that made Ryan feel, Gypsy? But I suppose his feelings don't matter because it's not about him. It's always about Gypsy. Nobody else but Gypsy. Nobody owes you anything, Gypsy Rose, not even Ryan.
And I think the bigger picture here is there is a child in this situation. It's not his child, so I know that it's not his problem, but there is a child involved. And right now, me and him are acting very childish of our own. And we both need to grow the fuck up. Because it's not about him, it's not about me, it's not about Ken, it's about this baby. This baby is innocent in all of this. This baby didn't ask to be brought into the situation. So the grown-up thing to do would be for the both of us to stop this tit-for-tat game, and once the divorce is final, go our separate ways.
No, Gypsy. That child is not anyone else's responsibility but you and Ken's. Period. You need to grow the fuck up. You chose to have that child. You went above and beyond to have that child. You involved in that child when there's no need to. It is your responsibility to make sure that that child is okay. And again, the responsibility is up to you and Ken to make sure that child is okay. And as for you using this innocent child as a shield for your fuck ups is wrong, completely wrong. You said you want Ryan to be happy and to move on. And when he does that, you are inserting yourself in his business. Get offline. Take care of yourself and your unborn child. It has nothing to do with Ryan. And you are damn right, this baby didn't ask for anything. You chose to bring an innocent unborn child into this mess and exploit her and weaponize her for your own selfish gain. That is fucked up. You could have continued being happy in your relationship, but you chose to insert yourself in your soon-to-be ex-husband's life because you couldn't handle him getting all the attention and being happy. That lets me know that you are not as happy as you claim to be. Because if you were, you could have just ignored the situation and continued to live your happily ever after. But again, you chose to insert yourself. And the grown-up thing to do, Gypsy, is to focus on yourself and get offline, get off social media, do what's in the best interest of your unborn child.
Like, I'm happy in my life with Ken. We're expecting a baby. He can have a girlfriend. I don't care. I'm happy for him. But for me, it's kind of like, don't sit there and then constantly be like, she's my wife. I can talk about her all I want. She's my wife. She's my wife. She's my wife. Well, looking at that video, that's my husband. That's my husband. He's slapping some girl's ass. That's my husband. We're still married. He's still married. I'm still married. What I'm saying is two wrongs don't make a right. So, with that being said, this is the last time I'm talking about him on social media. I'm not going to talk about Ryan, and I would hope that he would give me the respect, or if he doesn't respect me, please respect my child, because my child doesn't deserve all this chaos. And that's the way I feel about it. Like, I want us all to be at peace with the situation and, like, move on. Like, I'm doing my best to move on. I don't purposely shoot shots at Ryan often, so when I do, it's because I'm, like, really, really fed up. And, I mean, raise your hand in the chat if you've ever had an ex that just got under your skin, dude. Like, seriously. Like, and the thing is like, in the past, like, he has said on lives, like, I'm moving on, but then, like, 2 days later text me that he misses me, and I know that's part of the healing process, but I feel like it's a facade for lives and people, the public, and I feel like he's not really moving on when he does that. So yeah, I get frustrated. I still don't know what's going on with this freaking court. I texted my lawyer yesterday. She was supposed to give me a call. I'm waiting for her to give me a call. Last thing I heard was that, like, Ryan went in to sign the divorce papers. So I signed, he signed. We're just waiting for a court date and for the judge to finalize everything.
Little Miss Thing, what are you talking about? That two wrongs don't make a right. Where did Ryan do any wrong? You are jealous because your soon-to-be ex-husband is enjoying his life. He is having fun, and you pressed because he slapped some girl's ass? What is so wrong about that? Whereas you were in communication with your ex-fiancé whilst you lived in the same home. You shared with your husband, and then you left your husband to be with that man whilst you were still married. You laid with that man and had that man inside of you when you were still married, and also had the audacity to flaunt that relationship, and you humiliated your husband. You even went a step further and let the public know how you felt, that your man Ken was so good at eating you. And let me refresh your memory. You made this post. People don't have the privilege of his eating skills. If they did, any doubt would be washed away in the wave of LOL. Real classy Gypsy Rose. And who needs to grow the fuck up? And now you want people to believe that Ryan is the problem? And the only way for you to make Ryan look like he is the problem is by saying how he cannot stop texting you. At this point, we need receipts as to who is texting who and who is initiating these back and forths. Not that I believe Gypsy, but if she is right, then I don't have a problem apologizing. But also, Gypsy is known to be a huge liar, and it seems as though Ryan is on point because he did call it. He said Gypsy will be selling the results to some magazine. So, People magazine did put out an article about the paternity tests and that Ken is the baby's father. And then 2 hours later, Gypsy Rose posted the results of her paternity on her Instagram. Now Gypsy has a message for Ryan.
If Ryan is watching this live, which I'm guessing he's at work, so I'm happy if you do. My wish is that, I have my happiness with Ken and you have a happiness with someone that will love you the way you should be loved. Because I know you have a good heart. You have a good heart. And I'm hoping that you didn't let me ruin that good part in your heart that does love so openly. So I really, really wish the best for you if you're watching this. So with that being said, I'm gonna be a mature adult. I hope you will too. And let's do the right thing and get divorced and then go about our lives.
But hasn't Ryan always been doing the right thing? Anyways, now this is what had the hairs on my entire body standing upright. The same day, within a few hours, Gypsy Rose made this post.
Oscar, listen baby, I know I was a bad girl, but come on, you'd have to be crazy not to take me back.
That right there is creepy as fuck. All I can say is, Ryan, run. This woman has issues. Gypsy is not normal. Let me end with saying this. Gypsy is bothered as fuck because Ryan is getting so much attention and positive attention, and unfortunately her loser man Ken is not. Gypsy is the epitome of Panini Press because she would give anything for Ken to be getting the attention that Ryan is getting, and unfortunately it's not happening. And I also do believe that Ryan is getting in a way of her spreading bullshit, and I will get into that in an upcoming video. So thank you guys so much for taking the time out to watch this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.